Alright, well, apparently, hopefully, as far as I know right now, OBS has saved everything else as of right now, so going to double check OBS settings and make sure that OBS has saved everything. Fun fact, apparently I keep forgetting that you have to click the button to actually go live on YouTube, so that's great. That one's on me. Again, apologies for that, so going to hope that this saves. Stream delay, nope, I'll reconnect, that's also not it. Let's find out. Oh boy, apologies for that. Let's see, so on the bright side, but the not so bright side, can bring you the late models at the very least, so there's that. Apologies to John Quinn and everyone that has raced in this and past races. So there's that fun part. Boy, every time. For some reason I never remember the preview. But at most points I do, so. Yep, it's just that one point where that happens. So hopefully this gets auto-saved. If not, then I've got a big problem on my hands. So double checking everything right now in terms of saving. 45 seconds remaining in the practice session for the late models. Boy. The one thing, again, apologies everyone, 3 people watching, that's great. Again, apologies. The one thing that should be changed, at the very least, instead of showing the stream status from YouTube, they should send a reminder to actually push the preview button to go live, instead of having a button that says preview, and then double check to make sure that you're actually live. So, instead of showing stream status good, it made me think that I was actually live, so it happens, but, you know, I've done that once before, and I didn't like it any more than, I don't know, I think it was just one other time, but I remembered about 12 laps into that one race, and that was about a year ago. So, again, apologies. So, 11 cars for the late models, really going to be difficult to continue on. I am assuming and heavily hoping that this also saves in the process to my PC. If it does, I'm good. So, qualifying underway while I double check everything. Also silently hoping that this saves. Video file is loading, and oh hey, what do you know? Oh boy, of course it doesn't save. Well, this was fun. Right, still going to go through with this. And it's still going to figure out if I can save what I have now, because I have about an hour, 26 seconds, and still counting worth of the entire broadcast. And I assume if I stop it now, it's not going to be too good. So I'll give you the qualifying up right now. And again, apologies, especially I believe to John Quinn. I believe he actually sent a message out. Yeah, he did. So I was thinking, I read it, and apparently it was about an hour ago, probably at the point where I started this. And he said, I believe everything good, something along the lines of that. And I was thinking he was referring to the encoding issues I was having, which of course has sorted itself out. Any luck? Yep, that was it. So yeah, there is luck. I remembered. Unfortunately, it's just for late models. Everything else has been saved per OBS, so checking right now if I can save live broadcasts. Alright, so it should be there's that happening. That's weird. How to save recordings. Aha. Alright, that's what I need. So, again, 11 drivers, and we'll just ride on board with Richard Orr here. So it looks like that should be it for qualifying. 2 more minutes remain. Let's see, generate file name without space. Nope, that's recording. Advanced encoder, that's also not what I'm looking for. Ah, come on. If this had the setting, that would be absolutely wonderful. Just going to double check. This could be for a different version of OBS, and oh hey, it is. Right, so again, apologies. That one was on me. Also, in a way, kind of YouTube, because, you know, honestly, in my opinion, it shouldn't show the stream status if you're not live, because technically it isn't streaming, so not wrong. Oh, well, it's good that you're looking forward to this, so that's great. Again, apologies. May or may not have technically missed the Legends and the Mazdas and the Street Stocks ever so recently. Also produce exciting racing, and still trying to look out on how to save OBS Studio streaming, or saving my stream. If I can do this while I'm still streaming as of now, I'm fine. If not, then that's a problem. Unless, let's see. Setting in Studio under Settings and General. Alright. That's OBS stuff. There's no general set. Oh, there it is. Alright. Macro record and streaming. Okay then. That's quite interesting, but nonetheless, grid coming up in just a few moments, and does iRacing have Hickory yet? Not as of yet, no. And again, apologies to those of you that are just tuning in. I can bring you at least the results of the last 3 races that have been done. So, I feel like I owe that once again. So, again, apologies. I did say the street stock race. So there is that, in case anyone's interested in watching it. Your starting grid across the bottom of your screen. Yep, that is actually showing up. Alright, good. So while that goes across, I'm going to be looking and making sure that I can still save this while I still have the chance. If not, yeah, again, problems. John Quinn starting 7th, 8th, Layla Wilson. Thomas Powell and Case Brinksma hasn't been here this entire night, so good to see a new face in late models. Joe Cohen did not put in a lap time, 11th driver on the field. We've had, I believe, a maximum was about 13 or pretty much about 13 or 14 people. So it should be going in just a few moments, provided the pace car actually gets going eventually. So it looks like the only thing that I can do at the moment is automatically record when streaming. Haven't done that yet, so gives me a chance to test it out next, after this race actually. To make sure that no problems arise. In fact, the only problem, aside from this, because YouTube doesn't know how to actually save, or, you know, notify me when the stream is live or not. That would be nice. Aside from that, I also blame myself in the process, but I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult, you know. Aside from that, should be getting going, and looks like Case Brinksma is not able to make it. So there'll be 10 drivers on the track. So, in a way, have been live, but not live for the past hour, 33 minutes and 49 seconds, and still counting. Unfortunately, it was just on OBS. myself always hit the preview stream button for some reason. Next week, though, or 2 weeks from now, I should say, shouldn't have that problem. In fact, I'll probably hit that button once I see a blue icon come up. So, anyway, errors aside, and of course major errors at that, 50 laps in the super late models. We are underway, and somebody was sideways. That's number 7, Brendan Hoff. He's still going forward. And almost 3 wide. Is it going to be made 3 wide? No, it will not. Davey Scoville ran into some bad luck in the street stock race. Now it's going to be 3 wide. And not once again. It's 91 of John Quinn. Looks to the inside, falls back instead. Case Brinksma managed to get to his car in time, side by side for 3rd place. Richard Orr on the inside of Brendan Hoff. Swat them, actually. It's actually Joshua Hart on the inside of Richard Orr. And then sitting in the back of the 12th is Layla Wilson, just watching this battle going on in front. And contact out of the corner. No, it was not actually. Somebody made some heavy contact. I believe that was Joe Cohen. I'm not sure who that slow car was, but well, unfortunate that a 12 is now running into some problems after that. Back up front, however, David Krikorian is pulling away with the lead as of right now. Scoville trying to fend off the number 76 of Richard Orr, who's looking to the inside. Sorry, the 11 of Thomas Powell, who looks to the inside for 5th place. Almost making contact down the back straightaway in the process. Right up against the wall, practically the Larson line is Davey Scoville. Here comes John Quinn. Whoa, really loose off was the 11. He saved it, snapped off that corner, practically 45 degrees. Here comes John Quinn, 3 wide for 5th. Staggered 3 wide now. Now 2 wide as looks like the 11 of Powell's going to have to back off, and so does John Quinn. Essentially like that never even happened. In 1st place, Krikorian, J.D. Laird in 2nd, 3rd. Brandon Hoff, Richard Orr, David Scoville, Thomas Powell, John Quinn, everybody else right behind him. It's going to be a close battle off the corner. Looking to the outside was David Scoville, and Richard Orr couldn't make it happen. He's practically against that wall. That's definitely the Larson line if I've ever seen it. Really to the outside. He's going to make contact with the outside wall and nearly making contact in the back with John Quinn. Three wide for 5th again. Tries to look to the inside of Richard Orr for 4th. Couldn't get it to work. Now he looks to the inside again. Somebody's on the wall. There's 95 of Joshua Hart. And to the outside wall, almost making contact is the 11. 1st and 2nd. Not much of a difference right now. 0.7 seconds. Brandon Hoff's going 3rd. I just love the sound of these engines. Now looking to the inside of Richard Orr again for 6th place. Can't find any momentum on the low side as of yet. He makes contact coming off the corner, upside down, goes to 76. Big accident here at Irwindale Speedway again. My gosh, that was actually very, very unexpected. We'll take another look at this. 76 of Orr bounces, gets loose, hits the outside wall, hits John Quinn upside down and over twice. There's a 76. Managing to make his way around is John Quinn. So does Richard Orr. For the most part, he has to wait for his pace car, I believe, to go by. He actually has to pit road after that. So, my gosh, that was that's the first time I saw a sprint car upside down. Everyone's still catching up to the pace car, which now has lights that you can actually see, everyone. Everything has come out with an update with Bloom. So now we can actually see lights, and there's John Quinn with his heavily damaged super late model. I believe I said sprint car by mistake, so if I did, now I meant late model. So it looks like John Quinn will bring it down to pit road. Richard Orr also is brought down pit road for repairs. And some drivers opting to head to pit road. Thomas Powell is one of them. Joshua Hart, Joe Cohen. Messing up the scoring just ever so slightly, so. So as you can see, the caution lights over there on the right-hand side, they're actually now visible, everyone. So Harrison has added bloom effects and makes the lights visible and shiny. And just look at those pace car headlights. That actually looks brighter than normal. See, that's my point right there. It's part of the bloom update. Also, they've came out with realistic shadows. So I believe they said trackside objects now have shadows on trackside objects. And still under yellow, so should be getting the green with 29 laps to go the next time by. Sorry, scratch that. Yeah, 29 laps to go, because next time around they should be getting the 1 to go signal with 30 laps to go. Again, apologies for starting the stream late. Again, on the bright side, managed to get the late models. Not so bright side, couldn't get anything else. I did save the street stocks, and as far as I know, ATVO does work with replays. So that is requested to be put out tonight. Sure as heck would love to. Just unfortunately can't do it actually live. And second of all, it's weird to commentate a race that you've already seen. So. Nonetheless, pace car is pulled off, 29 laps to go. David Coria on the loud pedal in just a few moments. Into the restart zone he goes, and he's down and away. J.D. Laird having a few issues, and side-by-side for third off turn 4, turn 2. It's 9 of Scoville and the 7 of Hoff. Trying to get to the inside, almost makes contact and turns to 9 in the process. He's going to get a little loose off turn 2, keeps it going straight though. Reaching halfway in just a few moments, and turn off the corner. It's the 76 of Richard Orr off turn number 4. That's Layla Wilson that made contact with him in the process. Going to do a replay as quick as possible. And it looks like that was actually a chain reaction. 76 gone to the 12. Actual caution out in the raceway. Now this is not the cause of the caution. We'll head back live, actually. No, we will not. We will stay under our replay and find out what happened. To bring out the, I believe, the second caution now of the day. So it's a wreck off of 4, and then something else happened. Looking around, 4 caution lights are on at this point, and looks like it was actually Brandon Hoff, unfortunately, in the process, who actually spun out, coming out turn number 4. And Scoville, no, Brandon Hoff moves low and tried to avoid Scoville. almost saves it and spins out on the front straightaway. So Brendan Hoff, the cause of the second caution, spinning out, trying to avoid the 9 of Scoville, almost worked. Unfortunately, though, he did end up getting loose coming out of turn number 4 and couldn't save it. 23 laps to go, and considering that I'm taking this as a chance, I'll be running down the Legends finish, the mini stocks finish, the Mazda MX-5s, which is the mini stocks, and then also the finish, the finish of the street stocks in the process. Provided we have a long enough caution, if the lights don't go out this time by, and they don't. So in 2 weeks' time, schedule is not out yet on what divisions will be running then, but in 2 weeks, June 20th, same time, this time I'm triple checking to make sure that I'm live. On the bright side, this is the only second time I've actually missed going live. But on the bright side, I didn't miss the entire broadcast ever, so both of those 2 times. This is the second. So at least there is that. Pace car lights are still on, should be going out next time by. So your finish of the... Oh, so much for that. The finish of the Legends race comes as follows. Finishing in first place out of a 13-car field, David Krikorian, Jason M. Galvin, Thomas Powell, Brandon Hoff, Joshua Hart, Layla Wilson, Davey Scoville, John Quinn, Joe Cohen, Jeffrey Stanton, Matthew Largan, Richard Orr, and Damon Burnett, who did not start that race. Your Mazda finish as the lights go out this time around, out of, I believe, 12 cars. Once this comes up, yep, J.D. Laird, David Krikorian, Matthew Largan, Thomas Powell, Layla Wilson, Jeffrey Stanton, John Quinn, Richard Orr, Brandon Hoff, Joe Cohen, David Scoville, and Joshua Hart. Green flag is back out. We'll head to your street stock finish if we do get another caution. If not, it'll be the end of this race. Side by side for second place, David Scoville and J.V. Laird. Read his name and figure out how to pronounce that last name. Because honestly, I'm not sure still. So side by side for 5th place now. The 11 on the inside of John Quinn. Trying to get up to 5th. Can't get it done as of yet. Side by side behind them. Layla Wilson defending. Cautions out. I believe the 7 was out in front at the time. And it's going to be the cause of Joe Cohen. Off the corner of turn number 2. And it looks like everyone that he has unfortunately just looped it around off turn number 2 and loops it, unfortunately. On the bright side, though, no damage and no one else involved. So, speaking of that, so much for no damage. Also, speaking of that second caution that we have. So, Joe Cohen trying to recover from what had happened. Your street stock finish is as follows. Out of 12 cars, David Krikorian, Brandon Hoff, Layla Wilson, Joshua Hart, Thomas Powell, Jeffrey Stanton, John Quinn, Matthew Largan, J.D. Laird, Joe Cohen, Richard Orr, Davey Scoville. So, unfortunately, unless there's a way to actually save the broadcast while I can still save it, I unfortunately will not be able to get any of the other divisions up. On the bright side, though, the results are saved, so that is some good news. It's always a bad side, but also another learning experience. Also just double checking on saving once again. Pace car lights are still active, so we should be going green. I believe 12 laps to go. That's my estimate here. So David Krikorian has been pretty dominant, finishing in the podium pretty much ever since this night began, actually. Pace car lights are considering that there's staggered double file. 12 laps to go when we hit the green. Pace car pulls off. Going green in just a few moments for, as of now, a 12-lap shootout. On the back bumper already is going to be David Scoville. Green flag is back out. He gets loose as number 9 off the corner. And already around is John Quinn in the back. No one makes contact. All right, then. That was close. That was close contact by Brendan Hoff. He almost made contact coming out of the corner, no less. Green comes out. Oh, he got tagged, I believe, by the number 7. That's Brandon Hoff, actually. Sorry, that's Joe Cohen. I almost made contact with him. Going to ride on board the number 7 and figure out if that is indeed the case. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate checkup where he can't really do anything. And oh, he got turned in the process after that. Hold on a second. Did not see that, actually. That was so farther up ahead. We didn't even notice, so... Let's see here. He accidentally tags the 91 of John Quinn, and the 11 came up when he tried to pass down low. And Cohen makes it by. That's the 11 of Powell. And apologies for no race audio. It is now back, and we are good. So David Krikorian is currently in first place. The question is, how many laps to go do we have when we get the 1 to go signal? I'm assuming 6. So that's how it will play out, then it is how it will play out. These car lights this time around at the start-finish line will remain on. So that means when we get the 1 to go signal next time by at 6 laps to go, it'll be a 5-lap shootout. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. So 6 laps to go, caution lights are off. 5 laps to go. Can JD Laird do absolutely anything to get by the 66 of Krikorian? Pace car pulls off. Field waiting and anticipation also in control. The 66 of Krikorian. He's going to go in the restart zone. Green flag is out. 5 laps remain. Side by side for third between Joshua Hart and Davey Scoville. Powell makes his way up to 5th in the back. some front end damage, but he's still running well. 4 laps this time by. And into the wall off turn number 2 goes the 11 of Powell to the outside. Comes a 12 of Layla Wilson looking for that top 5 finish. But the 11 Powell hangs on. 3 laps remain actually. Look at this pass on the outside by Layla, trying to get to 5th. Can't get done. Loose off the corner is going to be Powell. He's trying to save it as best as possible. Into the wall goes Davey Scoville in 3rd. Out of the inside comes Joshua Hart in the 95. They move for 1st, not as of yet. It's going to be a close battle for every other position behind, but I believe David Kikorian may have this 1st place in the bag. White flag for the number 66. He's going to come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The number 66 of David Kikorian, last ditch effort by the number 70 of J.D. Laird. Can't get it done. J.D. Laird will finish in 2nd to David Kikorian. And David Scoville rounds out the top 3, and he gets into the wall and destroys the entire thing somehow on that. Alright, didn't know that was a thing. That's going to be expensive to fix. So David Kikorian finishes off the night winning once, and oh hello, everything is going wrong over there. David Kikorian, your winner in the super late models. Doing an absolutely amazing job holding everyone off. So, just to be sure, in case anyone else has the Legends of Mazda's, the mini stocks race saved, you can send it over to me at facebook.com/rlbn.GaryWeaver. That would be absolutely wonderful. So, of course, this almost wraps up our night. Just to go over, we will go over your entire finishing order here from the entire night. So, finishing 1st place in the Legends division was David Kikorian. Jason M. Galvin finishes 2nd. 3rd, Thomas Powell. Brandon Hoff, 4th. 5th, Joshua Hart. 6th goes to Layla Wilson. 7th, Davey Scoville. 8th, there's going to be John Quinn. 9th, Joe Cohen. 10th, Jeffrey Stanton. 11th, Matthew Largan. 12th, Richard Orr. And 13th, Damon Burnett. That was your Legends finish for 35 laps. 25 lapper of the Mazda MX-5s, originally scheduled for 60 laps. Sorry, originally scheduled for 30 laps. 25 instead. J.D. Laird finishes 1st. 2nd place is David Kikorian. 3rd, Matthew Largan. 4th, Thomas Powell. 5th, Layla Wilson. 6th, Jeffrey Stanton. John Quinn, 7th. Richard Orr, Brandon Hoff, and Joe Cohen round out 8th, 9th, and 10th. Davey Scoville and Joshua Hart, 11th and 12th. Again, that was your Mazda MX-5s, the mini stocks division. Previous race was the street stocks. David Kikorian finishes 1st. Brandon Hoff 2nd. Layla Wilson finishes 3rd. 4th, Joshua Hart. 5th, Thomas Powell. 6th, Jeffrey Stanton. John Quinn, Matthew Largan, J.D. Laird, and Joe Cohen 7th through 10th. Richard Orr and Davey Scoville 11th and 12th respectively. And then we head to tonight's super late model finish with the absolutely amazing job by everybody. David Kikorian finishes 1st 3 times in 3 separate divisions. J.D. Laird finishes in 2nd. Davey Scoville 3rd. 4th goes to Joshua Hart. Thomas Powell finishes 5th. 6th, Layla Wilson. Richard Orr 7th. 8th, John Quinn. 9th, Brandon Hoff. 10th, Joe Cohen. And then finally, Chase Brinksma unfortunately had some complications after that. So, once again, speaking of complications, that's a great segue. At least according to OBS, it's been live for almost 2 hours. According to YouTube, because apparently they don't remember how to tell you to actually hit the live button. Since it told me the stream status, I assumed I was good. It's been a month, so it's a long month. So the least I could do at that point, which is why I read the results over again. I'll probably make that a permanent thing anyway. Unfortunately, couldn't go live because I was so focused and excited to actually get broadcasting. Also, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that one's 50% me, 50% YouTube. So again, apologies for that. On the bright side, I did remember the late model division, so I remembered to actually put it live at the late model division. Yeah, I know, Brendan. Yeah, I know. Major facepalm. Yep, that's accurate. Yep. That's, yeah, I know. That one was kind of on me, but also at the same time, it was kind of on YouTube, but, mostly on me. So, it happens. On the bright side, it was the second time that it's happened ever since, well, ever, actually, so. Yep, yeah, we'll figure it out, John. We got this? Yeah, definitely got this. So, it just takes time. So, 2 weeks' time, I will definitely remember to actually go live. So if I'm not live, someone yell at me in the chat, please. Thank you. If I'm not live, pretty much on the minute, if you will. If I'm not live by 1 minute after the scheduled start time, yell at me in the chat. I'll most likely have that pulled up, and everything else. So, it takes time, but I figured the least I could do is reread the results out. So that was pretty much it. It's the least I could do, especially with complications. So on the bright side, those are the only complications I had. So by 2 weeks from now, on June 20th, we will be heading again back to Irwindale Speedway, and we will be doing pretty much the same thing schedule as to be decided as of right now. So again, John, apologies once again. Also to everybody else that raced in this, I was looking forward to watch it back. Again, apologies, it happens twice, to me, at least. So, enough of that. Going to save the late model race while I still have the chance, because I usually save replays for intros. So, look forward to that in, pretty much at this rate, 2 weeks? So, 2 weeks from now, John, I have an idea. How about you put the late models and street stocks on the 1/3 oval, and the Legends and mini stocks, the Mazdas, on the half oval. Oh, that would be so interesting. Oh, that's not a bad idea. So hopefully that does happen. So we will be seeing you again June 20th at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time. 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry. That would be 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. 7:15 p.m. Pacific. I don't know time zones. So we'll be seeing you then for the Irwindale Speedway Official Sim Series. I am Gary Weaver of the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. And of course, hopefully the only complication throughout all of this. It just takes time. It's been a long month. So, looking forward to 2 weeks from now where I actually remember to actually, do the entire broadcast. Trust me, I will somehow find a way to make it up. That's probably going to be the way to make it up, doing the entire broadcast and every division that night. So, aside from the complications today, it was really fun to witness the short track racing. I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Great concept. Absolutely amazing to watch. So, next week, 2 weeks from now, look forward to that and look forward to watching the entire broadcast back. Once again, I'm Gary Weaver of the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. We will see you on June 12th at 7:15 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.